Hey guys, it's Will. Hopefully you're having a great day today. So we're going to get into this APLD approach that we have going currently. We're trading APLD stock after earnings. They had a sell down to this moving average and then had a little bit of a recovery. Currently up just about $300 profit right after that we just covered it in about an hour-long earnings call. So what did APLD come out with? Well, first of all, let me just lock in profits. So no matter what, we actually end up making money here. We waited, and then we got the push up after this sell-off. And now we're in the green. So it's at 26.96. We bought at 26.30. So I think a good stop here. Let's kind of just weigh our options just a little bit. Get an idea real quick of where our exit is going to be. All right, so you got a really consistent uptrend out of this, which is kind of what we're playing right now, just like that. So we could set a stop loss. We'll go this previous resistance right around here. And, if it sells down even a little bit further, that's okay. But if we see it get back down to this like 26.70, we're going to want to sell as we may see it break pattern. So we're just going to do that here. Stop market sell at 26.69. Current bid is, they're currently asking about 26.94. So we should be fine as we put that market order in. Oh, that's actually a little bit high. Appreciate the fact that we have charts nowadays. Okay, there we go. So when it comes to APLD, we've been covering it since around $3 a share back here, and we've seen it surge to $42 a share, and then recently, obviously today, it was holding around $25 a share, and they came in with some earnings. The earnings were actually really pretty good on the revenue side. They came in with new revenue. So if we go into their new earnings they just came out with, and you guys can listen to the call, I'll actually link that up here in the video if you want to go watch it. But this is what just came out a few minutes ago. They actually jumped in revenue as well to $126.6 million. And then they had the net loss come in here attributed to common stockholders, 100 million. And then the net income was about 33, the adjusted net income, 33 million. So what's good about this, and this is something you got to watch out for, is currently the main thing we talked about in the call is that they're servicing their deals. They have Delta Forge 1, they have the CoreWeave deal, and they're working with AI companies to develop the deals that they're doing. And I'm actually really fine with the fact that they're not, building out more deals, that they're not getting even more. They said that there is an opportunity for them, but they're looking for the right lease. They're looking for the right person. They're not just going to take on any AI company. And while that could be a marketing ploy in some way, I think it's actually really, really smart. I think it's telling the market and telling everyone here that they would rather focus on getting solid delivery. And honestly, with everything that I've noticed with Applied Digital, that's kind of the theme. Whether it's like building their data centers in a cold place, in a community that actually supports the data centers, or it's working with them to make sure that even the residents pay pay less rather than more in electricity as a result of them coming in and building their data centers. Like, those are pretty big things. Then you have them sign with CoreWeave, obviously one of the fastest growing AI companies we've seen with their IPO in the last year or so. And with this new earnings coming out, you are seeing them kind of match revenue from last quarter, which puts them into a category now where they're no longer in that, we started covering them here. They were around this like 30 to 40 or even 60 million in revenue. Now they got 2 consecutive quarters above $120 million in revenue, which is good. And then you got the balance sheet jumping, total assets increasing, and they got plenty of equity, meaning they can kind of take on more infrastructure as they build out their data centers. Now the GPUs in the building of data centers, they got to have the right partnerships. One of the things they talked about was building in liquid cooling, and that is a new segment of their business that they're going to be focused on alongside the actual construction and the leasing of the data centers. Now, currently, you can see under construction, they have just about 900 megawatts, and they got their pipeline there of about 3.5 gigawatts. They did mention the biggest focus right now is that they're working to fulfill on their $16 billion in leases. $16 billion is what they currently are fulfilling, while they have a market cap of just about 6.8 billion. And so that's pretty attractive if you ask me, because if you're looking for a company that is undervalued, a big factor, yeah, you could look for more deals. Yeah, you could say, what's the market doing for sure. But a big factor is going to be, they continue in the uptrend, which they seem to be doing here, bounced at this 200-day moving average, very good. And then are they coming in with new revenue? These deals that they're making, are they actually turning into real revenue? We see that. And then the charts, the charts right now, you see a lot of volatility. You can't really play with the charts. Like you can, there's a little bit of that trend that like we're playing right now with this trade, $324 profit right now in the last like 20 minutes. But it's not really that easy to play charts on Applied Digital. You could see the 200-day moving average, which is oftentimes bullish momentum where you see a bounce there. It's kind of breaking above the EMA. But really, you got the macro market, which is a big focus. And then the other big focus right now is going to be that they continue to deliver and that they increase the value of their contracts. One thing they mentioned in these earnings that they hadn't yet previously is the leases. They recently got some new leases, some new signings, some new contracts to guarantee more revenue and also get the contracts better with the companies they currently work with, so they can ensure that their revenue continues to grow and that they aren't, worried about potentially losing contracts with their solid customers like CoreWeave. They also obviously have the secured, they got some debt that they took on so they can, finance more constructions. But in doing so, that's going to be a couple million, hundreds of millions. So they're going to be paying for these loans. Now, when you look at that side, it gets a little, like, hey, what's going to go on? What's happening there? Like, what if they end up, burning through a lot of cash, even though they got billions in equity? It's still a little concerning. But really, what we learned is they also were stating that they plan to reduce their financing from like 6.75 or something to in or around 5%. That's what I have written down in my notes. So with those things in mind, you're kind of looking at a potential growth opportunity where not only do they have cheaper debt, but they also have the current deals with the revenue. And yeah, I mean, with that being said, the levels of $30 to $40 is definitely kind of the target for them right now. Just seeing that they hold their current levels and we get that recovery that we were anticipating after the earnings is key. We didn't want to buy right before earnings with the short-term trade. We do have long-term positions in the company, but when it comes to short-term trading, we just don't really mess around. We like to wait until after the move has played out in the earnings like we did today, so we can make sure we can, buy after some exhaustion there. We saw it jump up to $30 a share before selling down to 26, and now, it's at this or 25, and then now it's, right above our market order here. So we'll have to be watching here, if that executes or not, as we do have a stop order. So when it comes down to APLD, data center stocks, or any space tech stocks, currently I'm traveling. I'm in Fort Lauderdale, and we're here in Florida, which is super great. I'm going to be doing some more coverage on some of these companies. But if you want to stay up to date on the best ones, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like. And if you guys do want to see my live trading, watch me trade live, see my entries, see my exits at market open. We're there Monday through Friday. It's going to be the second link in the description below. And I would encourage you to simply take a look. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.